Today I'm upgrading my Lego city from this into this. How's it going, everyone? It's been 9.5 months since my last city update. I know, way too long. But as you can see, it's simply because I ran out of room. My small 4 base plate by 7 base plate city just can't handle any more additions. And I already have a lot more waiting to be incorporated into the city. We have all my historic Fred-bricks-burg buildings, the Friends Hotel, a beer garden, the Sanctum Sanctorum, and my add-on building. And then up top we have the bowling alley and a small amusement park on the left. And then on the floor we even have the jail, Peach Farm, and the Japanese castle. So originally I thought about dropping the city down a little and adding a couple levels above it.
Levels.
However, then I realized that I'd only be able to get one more level and still have enough room to get in there, and I just didn't think that would be worth the cost. But then looking around my room, I realized that I actually do have a lot more space above my bed. So I'm going to drop my bed to the floor and add a sturdy shelf above it. Alright, so I moved my furniture and I'm working on the supports. You can see I dropped my bed and I moved my dresser over here, and the whole Lego city is going to go on top of it. Next thing I got to do is cut the cross members to run the big length of the span.
Does your son know anything about carpentry?
No.
I did do some calculations. The 2x4s should be plenty to support the structure, and then the 2x6s will be good for the span. I'm actually using these Simpson cross tie metal brackets. They come in like a little workbench kit. I really don't like face screwing 2x4s to make shelving or platforms and stuff, because then all the weight is just dependent on the shear strength of the screws. Obviously, if you put enough screws in there, it'll hold, but I don't know, I just don't like trusting that, and since I'm going to be sleeping under this, I definitely wanted it to be overbuilt and really sturdy. So I'm using these Simpson strong ties, and yeah, they're still essentially kind of butt jointed. Like ideally, it would be on, or the beam would be on the column or the post like you would building a deck, but I'd kind of need 4x4 posts to do that well, and I just don't have the room with these tight size constraints that I have. So these steel brackets will help reinforce everything. The kit comes with 8 brackets and actually comes with these number 8 screws, and it's rated for 300 pounds. But if you upgrade to the number 9 screw with the hex head here, it actually ups the rating to over 1,000 pounds. So I definitely went with that just for more peace of mind, like I said. Sorry for the bad lighting here. I just don't have enough room for my studio light right now. But I'm going to go cut some more wood and finish off these supports, and I'll be back with you in a second. Alright, so I just finished the support frame. It is really big, super tight fit in here, which is good, maximizing all the space I can. As you can see here, it's just going to go on top of my dresser here. I'll probably put some felt there so it doesn't mar it up. And then I'm not going to be able to put a front one here because I still need to use the drawers. But on this one, it is a normal square. I need to add one more cross member here. And then I think I'm going to add some bracing on the bottom, probably on the side ones, the short ones, just to keep the legs from splaying outward. And then I might put one down on the bottom, on the back. I don't know if I'm going to bother with it because this whole thing can't really go left and right. There's not really any room for it to move anywhere. But I'm going to go work on those, and then I need to go and get a top for this. I just realized why that was so hard. I forgot to notch the corner right here because that little indentation in the wall is not as wide as it is over here. So I'm gonna have to do another cut. All right, I made the cut. Let's try that again. Much better. So now I just need to screw down the top to the frame below. So the platform is complete. You saw that I was up on top screwing it down and it didn't collapse, so that's a good sign that it is strong enough if it holds my body weight. Like I said, it's way overbuilt. I just Wanted to make sure that it was super sturdy since I'm going to be sleeping below it. If this was just a table in a room, I wouldn't have built it so sturdy, but since I'm going to be underneath all this dead load, I wanted to make sure it doesn't come crashing down on me when I'm asleep. For the top, I actually screwed this panel onto this frame just to connect them, and then also those braces at the bottom. I don't know if I showed those, but those braces at the bottom, those and screwing the top panel together. This thing is super sturdy. It doesn't move at all, especially since it's sandwiched in on 3 sides. It's not going anywhere. This section actually doesn't have a cross member. Its weight is supported on top of the dresser there. So I was careful when I was on top of that one just because of my weight. I didn't want to like stand on top of the dresser essentially, but it'll be fine for Lego. So the new city platform is 5 base plates deep by 13.5 base plates wide, which is 67.5 new base plates for my city. And then I still have the 26 base plates over there. So now the fun part begins of moving all the modulars around and creating something that is pretty fun. Alright, first off, it's pretty hard to get to the sets all the way in the back. It is 5 base plates deep, so that's farther than I can reach. So I definitely have to get up on a step stool, and I kind of have to lean over the front part, which means I have to move any sets out of the way, which isn't a problem now because I don't have too many, but I'll have to move sets out of the way so I can reach the back part, and sometimes I even have to step up onto the platform in order to reach it. But my main goal is to maximize the space in my room, which I think I'm accomplishing with this, so you gotta do what you gotta do. So I kind of have 3 different types of buildings in my city. I have like the official Lego modulars, my alt builds / like modifications, and my historical Fred-bricks-burg MOCs. And so what I did setting them up to begin with is kind of separate them into those 3 areas, but I'm not sure if that's the best way to do it. So on the right, I put all my alt builds and kind of modifications, and in the middle, I put my historic Fred-bricks-burg buildings. They're all custom and based off of real buildings in Fredericksburg, Texas. And then on the left, I put the Lego modulars that are just the official sets from Lego. And I have a little amusement park in the back there. As you can see, there's just so much room left. It's kind of about half full right now, so it gives me a lot of options, but I kind of have too much room. I don't really know what to do with it. I guess I could kind of scrunch it all over and just expand as needed rather than try to take up the whole space from the beginning, because I still have my original city area is completely empty right now. So I could move some things over there as well, like one of these 3 sections. But now I'm actually thinking that instead of having 3 different sections, maybe just have 2, like with the historical Fred-bricks-burg maybe on the left side, and then I could put all the Lego modulars and the alt builds together on the right side. So I think I'm going to play with it a little bit, see if I can improve it for what I have now, and I'll show you what I come up with. Alright, so I've been moving things around for a while now, and it's kind of hard because I'm trying to get everything I have in a spot that looks good, but I also have some MOCs that I've already planned for the future and some sets I know I need to build, so I'm trying to plan for the future as well. But I think I got it in a layout that I like, except for I think I'm going to flip it. Like right now I have the normal city over here and the historical over here, and I think I'm going to flip it. And that's because I really like building all my historical buildings, and I want to keep doing that, so I'm expecting that part of the city to grow more. So that can, as that grows, the normal city can kind of be pushed down over to my old area down here, and it can just kind of flow down there as well. All right, I just finished the layout and I'm pretty happy with it. I have all the historical buildings on this side and then everything else over on this side. So the historical side is pretty much how I always have it, with the octagon building in the center there with a row of buildings on either side. I have the peach farm tucked in back in the corner there. It's a little hard to see, but the buildings in front of it are relatively low. I am glad that you can still see the little guy picking peaches on the ladder though. The first row of buildings is the chapel, beer garden, and the jail. I kind of like how when you come out of the beer garden, you kind of have two different options to go there. One to the left, one to the right. Got the big octagon building, and then on the other side we have the bank, hat store, clock store with the stairs and cabin. And then the rest of the city is in the corner. You can see the Daily Bugle sticking up in the back. This first row here, that Lego house on the left is just there because I have it. Then you have the Friends Hotel, Sanctus Sanctorum, and the Corner Boutique Hotel. I thought these two looked really great together on the corner, especially with that alleyway add-on I did for the Sanctum. I really like that building. And then in the middle, we got a double lane here leading down to Town Hall. Obviously, I need some more roads. I think I need about 4 or 5 more packs, so that'll be in the future here. But my plan is, as you can see, to do a double wide road down the middle here. And I'll probably put another median with some hedges and flowers and stuff. I actually had that a long time ago in my old city, so I'm going to bring that back. One, so it's centered on the Town Hall, but mainly so it is a little wider and you can see these buildings on either side better. It was just a little too cramped and couldn't really see what was going on. Next to the Corner Boutique Hotel, we have Assembly Square, the haunted Newberry High School. Back by Town Hall, we have the pet shop on the left, the Friends School on the right, and then the Parisian is over there. We got the police station, the new Friends Hotel, my friend's modular building, and the Dragon Temple up front here, mainly because it's short. And then the back row here is more residential. You can see the Parisian and the toy store back in the back there. A little hidden, but the buildings here are kind of low, so you can still see it. We have the bookshop in the townhouse that came with it, Hagrid's townhouse right there, the family house, and then the Stranger Things duplex up here. Of course, we have my 5-story Daily Bugle mod in the corner there because it is nice and tall. You can see it over everything else. And then I have the tuning garage with the shrimp shack on top, that abandoned building, and then the bowling alley here on the corner. I put this here because I already have the second floor planned, and this should be a good viewpoint to see what I have planned for the second floor well. And I mentioned that the old city is empty right here. I'm going to have my rocket launch and a couple things like the amusement park base plate I have in the Japanese castle. But as you can see, it's pretty empty, and potentially I maybe could even connect them in the future. Let me know what you think about that idea. So with the city built up on this platform, sometimes it can be a little tricky to get a good view at everything that's in it, especially if you're not on a step stool. But overall, I really like how it is. It's almost at eye level, which I think creates a really immersive experience. Like you just bend down a little bit and you're at eye level, and it just feels like you're in the city, which I'm really digging right now, and I am pretty happy with the result. So it turned out to be a ton of work with moving all my stuff, building the platform, and then getting up there and moving everything around a few times. But I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, and it's only going to get better with all that room. Obviously, all that room means that there's tons of options for improvement, so definitely let me know in the comments any thoughts and ideas you might have for the future of Fred-bricks-burg. Like maybe building some mountains?